Hello and welcome to your February forecast. I'll go as an overview as regards what February brings for you. I won't be doing the separate forecasts. Those who follow me regularly know that I've been a little bit under the weather. I have a lot on. Videos take about 6 hours to do, and it takes a whole day to do at the end of the day, so I hope you can appreciate that. I have a life of work, unfortunately, and family, so I have at present pulled back. It's not my main job. I've got a lot going on, and I do this free to give you support and help and guidance on YouTube, so I hope it helps. This is kind of like, I'll go through the month of February, but I will still give you the weekly overview as it comes along. And this time I've used animal cards for a change to give you a little bit of a different perspective as to what February brings. So happy February. It's going to be a fast pace. We ended a couple of days ago the Venus retrograde. She's now going direct. Yes, so more beauty in the world, more fashion sense, more colour, more light, more money, more finances. We've also started the year of the snake. So gone as the year of the snake, sorry. We've also started the year of the horse. So this is about where can you get that freedom. It's a faster pace of life. It's all about galloping forward. Be careful you don't rush into things like overspend this year, because the year of the horse will want that freedom, will want things now. It will be a quicker, faster pace, full stop. We've started this month really a couple of days ago on that new supermoon in Aquarius. This is about your personal aspirations between, say, now and mid-February the 14th. It's about taking the lead in your own life, starting something in your own life, starting the groundwork, if you like. This is a little bit of a second chapter really in February, because my senses say that people have already brainstormed in January, had a good look at what they wanted to change. A lot of people walked away from things in their lives, from jobs, really changed their mindset. I've started to really think about and start to slowly change things in my life, maybe health and maybe just attitude as well. Certainly I do feel that within this month of February, it's a transforming month of ourselves and our minds. New thoughts, new ideas. How you thought before, I kind of think is going to change. We're going to have a Mercury retrograde. So retrogrades are all about the mind, how you think about things, how you backtrack, analysing our minds, our own behaviour in a retrograde, relooking, reviewing. We've got that North Node of Destiny coming up from Scorpio into Libra. A lot of Neptune energy, which can mean floods, but Neptune is also, again, dreaming, analysing, creative energy, so it is about how you work it all. Starting off with the super new moon. The super new moon for me is acceleration. I kind of think that this new moon, okay, we've had two, is about the acceleration within our lives, and I think that everything's going to go at a faster, quicker pace. I certainly think that everything going back forwards again, Venus going direct, stimulating the contact from the partnerships from last year that went quiet, went stale, opportunities to make more money, reinventing yourselves, breaking out of ruts and molds really for February. The Aquarius is about, quirky Aquarius as I call it, is about reinventing yourself in a different direction. If you're not happy in the job, if you're bored, if you're stale within the job that you're in, or the relationship, or your life, this is about breaking free. Even again, bringing in the year of the horse, breaking free. Where can I find freedom in my life? Where can I find freedom to make more money, or to actually stop working and have a life? So it's going to be a month where it's like you're in your cocoons. You're going to be doing a lot of thinking, but in that cocoon you're going to be growing and you're going to be changing, whether it's into a butterfly, whether it's into something else within your life. But this is a changing month. It's a changing agent. February will be important, and April, I've said before, is about your breakthroughs around the 20th of April. So it's really at the moment, because we've got Mercury retrograde and we're not there till the 6th, It's already in its shadow, but everybody is already analysing and thinking. So for me, January was an emotional month, about maybe looking at your emotions, how you feel about emotionally towards your job, how you feel emotionally towards your partner, how you feel emotionally towards others. Now February is going to be how I think about my job, what I think about it, what I think about him or her, what I think about myself, what I think about my future. So February is very much going to be about your mindset and your thinking. As I said earlier, kind of think really we'll all be analysing our own minds and own behaviour, reviewing, why do I do this, do I want this, do I want that, why do I want to change things. Unfortunately, because we're starting off the retrograde on the 6th in Pisces, and as I'm recording this today on Sunday the 2nd, we're in a Pisces moon, and we start the retrograde off in Pisces, which I'm a Pisces, so I can perhaps cope with the waves and the flow of the Neptune energy, of the sinking of the highs and the lows. Any fire signs out there or earth signs might really struggle with it. It will bring in an emotional turbulence for the first, between the 6th and the 12th. But try and use that. Neptune, one of the greatest things of Neptune is to be creative. It can bring deception. You know, it can bring deception. In that week or so, you may feel that someone's not been honest, or the truth is hidden in some way. But I do think that look towards, when I get to that, I'll talk about that in a minute, the North Node of Destiny. But what you're going to be looking at is using the 6th to the 12th as, again, not so much the brainstorming, that's already taken place, the creative flow, the imagination, the dreams. For some of you it plays out when the addiction's always going back to something, whether it's alcohol or chocolate, or it can mean hospitals or retreats, or a lot of you may well for that week pull back, go deeper into your cocoons and say, I don't know why, but I really do want to talk to you this week. I don't really want to mix in. I haven't got the answers. I'm in my cocoon. I want to be left. So if some of you feel like that, you know, male or female out there, don't hit yourself too hard with it. One of Neptune's qualities is Neptune rules the sea gods, and as much as I've said that I've wrote in other places who follow me around doing some of these blogs, is that Neptune is the sea god, because we start, it's already in Somerset, you've already seen it, the floods. And I think all of our retrogrades this year start in water signs, so June, July time, later on in the year in October, you may well find that reoccurring floods, reoccurring leaks within your home will start to, that tap that dripped, that toilet that leaked. Unfortunately, I do think that it will bring that reoccurrence of water or water leakage, dams, leaks into our lives, even worldwide. So what you're looking at with Neptune is, I always say, ride the wave of Neptune. Now I'm a fish, I can ride, I can duck and dive, but for other signs out there, you know, sometimes you can sink to the bottom, so you feel very disillusioned with your life, disillusioned with a person, feel very depressed. If I'm honest, it can make you feel. Now because I'm explaining this, and if you're listening to the video that I'm doing here, it's not permanent. It's kind of 6 days, a week of feeling a little bit almost negative, but in that negativity try and say, right, I need to shake myself out of this, I need to create my imagination, because what you're doing is, in this transforming month, you are changing your thoughts around how you see people, how you see yourself. Your whole body and system in that cocoon is changing. But when you come out in March, you could have come out a whole different person. I hope a person that you really like about yourself. So, you know, Mercury retrograde in that Pisces. So again, what does that mean when it particularly it's in a Pisces? It takes us back over old issues, old ground, old relationships, those karmic energies. But Pisces is a healing energy. So you might have to go back to a certain person, a certain situation. You might have to go back to something that happened in your childhood to heal it so that you can move on with your life. But, you know, when people say, I don't like Mercury retrograde, but they're there to slow you down. You know, we'd all go around, Mars and Libra, we'd all be going around, whizzing around the world a million miles an hour. But what the planets are saying is, hang on a minute, we're telling you, you need to think about this, you need to take stock of your life, you need to go back, you need to make those adjustments, you need to perhaps go back and deal with something that hurt you in your childhood that you've been carrying for years and years in your 40s or 50s. So Pisces and Neptune has a healing quality, hence why it always links with the addictions, the hospitals, the spiritual retreats, the mystical realm, the imagination. As a child, I had a fantastic imagination. I should have created the Disney cartoon characters because I had a love of drawing and that whole fantasy world. But that's part of a Pisces, the creative mind. But you will all take that on, especially between the 6th and the 12th. Might have already come in. For many people I've spoke to, they've said, well, I've kind of taken on a new thought in January in my mind. What you're going to be doing in February is creating that thought, whether it's a website, whether you've sent off and had business cards done, they will be arriving. Now, in a retrograde, arriving they may be late, it means that you don't get them out in the time that you want. But everything is a preparation in February. You don't get the green light because Jupiter goes down forward again on around the 6th of March. That's when your green light is for everything to start going on to the 3rd level. So we started in the full moon in Cancer as one level of our thoughts and brainstorming. 2nd level comes this month. 3rd level is pushing the boat out in March. So what you are being looked at is that chance to tie up loose ends, to go back. Any talks and agreements that you've got, male or female, doesn't have to be relationships. It's going back, it's backtracking into a situation to have a look within that short period of time. And yeah, use your intuition. It's in a Pisces zone, so use your intuition. If you don't trust it when you go back to it, let it go. The greatest thing that I've ever had with me in my life is my intuition. And when you're in that Neptune Pisces zone, you'll all say, oh, I've had dreams, I kind of got the sense of this, that and the other. Listen to that. You're backtracking into an old business situation and you kind of think 60-40, it's not what I want. It's a time of really rethinking about it. Remember, transformation period, you're in your cocoons. Nothing is actually jumping out, coming out. As much as you want it to run forward, it's not going to be happening in February. It's very much taking stock of things. When you get to the 12th to the 28th, Mercury then goes into Aquarius. Now again, that's better. Those brainstorming, those ideas. Aquarius is all about the mind, not so much about the imagination and the giddy Pisces of the intuition and the creative side. It's more a case of, right, let's get real. My brain, my mind, my logical side is telling me I need to do this, that and the other. So even though at the end of the day you've come into the Aquarius side, it's more a case of looking at those agreements. Again, this month for me is about where can I get freedom. You're reinventing your life, yourself, your mind, your concept to get more freedom. The year of the horse is about freedom like you've ever known it before. The year of the snake was shedding and healing. So much past hurt from sort of even the 60s, a lot of hurt of letting go of things. Scorpio, Taurus, really breaking the molds of anything that's been there in your life, shedding old ways, addictions, habits, triangles, third parties, affairs. The year of the horse wants speed. He wants it now, and he's really showing you how to get it at a very fast pace. And with those super new moons we've had, that is intensifying your mind, how quickly you're going to process things, how much you're going to connect to others or connect to anything that you're doing. But this is between the 12th and the 28th. It's helping you to connect with the past in certain ways, but pursuing and healing that energy around within your life. It's very much a chance to go back, revisit and relook, as I always call it, looking at any situations. Anything Mercury can mean travel. It can mean Mercury is your mind helping you to understand what it is you're trying to say or ask for. So remember, whoever you're talking to, they will be going through the same as you. People will be thinking their mindsets about really what they want to ask for. Venus in Capricorn as well, it rules authority, so it kind of gives an overall You know, when it gets the cards, I'll have a look. The moose is authority, the cougar is confidence, the lizard is daydreaming, the buffalo is abundance. Now, I didn't choose those cards like per se normal. I shuffle them and they come out and they realign with everything that's coming in the Cosmo. Venus in Capricorn for me is about being quite straightforward with whomever you're talking to, even if it's business deals around money, even if it's to do with love. It can mean you just being a little bit more, not blunt, I don't like that word, a little bit more straightforward, a little bit more hitting the target with what you're asking for. Even in a relationship, even in business, it's kind of been saying, well, I want this, are you going to kind of give it to me so that you know where you are? This month is about transforming your life. You need to know where you're all going. So this month is about kind of understanding what it is you are wanting and perhaps making it clear to that person regarding your aims, your goals. You've got the full moon, and I kind of feel it's about, some people say the 14th, I'll say the 15th, and it's in Leo. And it's about 26 degrees, and Leo is about playfulness, creativeness, your children. And you know, so things will peak. If you've been thinking about those creative things, you might kind of think, well, I've just finished my creative project, my website, my cards, I've just finished something and I'm really talking to people about what I'm going to do with it next. So around the middle of the month, you should kind of have those new business cards in your hand, that new website, anything that you've kind of started or processing or creating. By mid-month, you should be ready to do the wheeling and dealing. Now, remember also, Mercury retrograde, it kind of will hold you back, unfortunately. You can have the talks, but remember, you can't take the brake off the car, not till March. So as long as you can not run further than you can, that's the aim with this, really, at the end of the day, just to take a little bit of a step back around all this. Full moons allow you to wrap things up. It's very much a case of celebrating, so think, okay, we've got Valentine's Day, but I think it's a case for me, full moons are, this particular full moon, I think it's going to push us forward the next level. I think the second half of February will be more proactive for people, because just after that we have the 18th, 19th, the North Node of Destiny shifts signs. And she's going to be shifting from deep dark Scorpio into Libra. Now, Scorpio is known to be secretive, to hold affairs, to hold secrets, if you like, things that we don't know about, hidden things. Now, when it changes and goes into Libra, I'm going to say, I feel here that the secrets will rise out. I think that there will be a few things that will come to light around that point, regard what was fully going on behind the scenes, things we couldn't see, things we didn't know about. And when Mars goes into Libra, what it's asking there is, the North Node, Mars goes into Libra, the North Node into Libra is going to bring balance in your thoughts, in your mind, in your relationships. So I feel it's a good place for her to be. I certainly think that we'll have more balance and know where we're realigning ourselves and where we're actually perhaps taking the next level of the journey at that particular point in time. I certainly feel here that it will be very significant as getting a sense of partnerships or business as to where you're actually maybe going in the long run of things. There's a lot of karmic energy that will rule this month as well around any situation. And the North Node is asking you to maybe sort of give you that higher guidance, to maneuver you to go up a level. You at that point you start to maybe crack the cocoon, if I put it like that. The cocoon is starting to crack. You're starting to get the determination as to where you're going, and it's about looking at the fields of where you actually want to go. Where is your next placement wanting to be in life? Where do you really want to take yourself? And I just think that it will be a very significant month where you'll all feel shifts and changes. Some of your thoughts may go back many years. You know, they may go back the last 20 years, and you might say, well, I found myself here 20 years ago, 25 years ago, and I'm about to start or embark on a new journey or a new relationship. Also this month, I would say to remember that I've said that I feel that this month is about friendships, not relationships. For people said to me, oh, I've met somebody new and can I jump forwards with it? just come out of a Venus retrograde. We're going into a Mercury retrograde. It's never a good time to start new relationships in either of those. If you've known someone from the past and you're rekindling something, then kind of, yeah, you can go back and have a look and start that friendship off, but never really jump into something. Again, I feel here that March, some of you won't even know the bigger picture of where your life is going this year till around the 20th of April. That to me will be, you'll kind of get a sense of, this is where I want it to be, this is where I'm heading to. So I kind of sense at the moment that it is taking things a little bit one step at a time. You've got the Uranus, Jupiter and Uranus square. I feel as if that's about the 26th or thereabouts of February. Again, that will bring in a little bit of a shift. You'll go back and think about where you were last August. You know, and again, there's another final square to that in April. This is why I feel as if April will be very significant towards where you're going to. But again, the theme is with it, travel, foreign places, education with Jupiter, property, roommates, breaking out of situations. Maybe you want to break out with the roommate, maybe you want to break out of your real estate of where you are. And I feel that really you'll see the door to be breaking out from around that end of April. So the Cosmo has a way of dealing with everything. And remember, Mercury goes direct again on the 28th. So when she starts to go direct again, there's always a little bit of, you get lost. It's a little bit like you do sink down with Neptune the last couple of days, because as he or she turns, we get a bit confused as to what direction we're going into. The main concept I have said to people to watch excuse me, within the months of February is, I feel a lot of you will be in two minds about anything and everything you do. From what you thought in January to what you're going to be thinking in February, you will constantly be changing your mind. So again, do not make any decisions. This is cocoon time. The cards that have appeared or come out, as I said before, I didn't choose these, but I shuffled the card. The Moose is about authority. Venus in Capricorn is about authority to do with money and finances in our world. So you might find that there's some changes. Now Venus is going forwards. Hopefully, financially, you should all start to see a better flow of money coming in, or with those new ideas. Authority within, this is saying take the lead in your own life. As you move into therapy, be the captain of your own ship. Take charge of what you're doing. The second week, the Cougar, it's about confidence, being bold. Again, these cards are aligning about you taking charge within your own life to do so. And really, within the first part, the first sort of, I'll almost say 2 weeks, it's a very Neptune energy. So for some that aren't water signs, you might get a little bit lost, a little bit confused, a little bit feeling very overwhelmed with the situation. So many of you might say, I want to be on my own and I want to sort of create my own thoughts as to what I'm going to be doing next. It's a very important month. But those two cards for the first 2 weeks are asking you to have confidence, to be the leader in your own life. What can you change to get that freedom? Where are you going to that you can break free from? And it's telling you that you are the person that can do it. You see, the third and fourth card, the Lizard, is about paying attention to dreams and visions. So again, that's realigning the whole concept of the Neptune, Mercury, Pisces energy. That's about, it's looking at your dreams. Where do you want to go? What dreams do you have? In your cocoon state, you can dream away, but it's making the reality happen as we move forward this year. I also said to you, I felt like the cocoon was starting to break around the third week. You're starting to hatch out. You're starting to get ready to do that running. The fourth week is the Buffalo. So this is saying that, again, the Buffalo is about you, abundance, it's money. It's telling you are the provider. So you might find that money comes into people, or that project they're starting starts to get a rumbling of offers, agreements, money coming in. Some of you, there's again a lot of Uranus energy, electricity, sudden surprises, sudden shocks. People may suddenly say they're getting divorced unexpectedly. Again, money may come in, people may leave their job, people may unfortunately just hear unexpected or shocking news, and it can be passings over, people passing or losing a life, unfortunately. But at the end of it, I still feel that It's financial. At the end of the month, there's a very strong financial energy. So hopefully money will start to flow at the end of February for you. You may hear about money or unexpected money coming in, anything from mid-month, because when you hit the Leo full moon, it takes you on to those creative thoughts that you've thought for the first part of the month, is when they start to get that alignment of, hang on, my cards have come for business, my website's up and running, my ideas are all written down, let's move forward with it. So this is about fulfilling your dreams in the third week and making it happen. All the cards, apart from the lizard, are all cards or all animals that are up, off and running. So you have to look at that. Each card, if you can see it there, except the lizard. So the third week is about maybe just chilling and relaxing. But all those animals are all big animals of the world that are very strong, very powerful, running on the ground, jumping on that ground, running forward with their life, a bit like the horse. So this year is going to be a very fast-paced year. It is working, you get that freedom, working, you break free with this, but having the confidence to do it. So this is about you looking at ways to get out of ruts in the month of February. Freedom. Are you in a rut? Where can you break the routine, break the habit, reinvent yourself? What can you do to take your life onto the next level? Friendships, Aquarius, friendships, social area, groups, online, a 2-week window to make friends. And I said the words friends, not relationships. Those friendships can blossom further as we move forward, but this month is about F for friends. It is about friendships. Uranus in the sign of Aries, again, sudden changes, spontaneity, doing it differently. Jupiter wants you to expand your world and your life. It's a beautiful planet, and I know she's going retrograde at the moment to early March, but it's still giving you the essence and the energy of what there is to come. So take the lead in your own life. Be in charge, make it happen. But remember, you know, when I run through on these videos, sometimes you rabbit on about things, but try and remember that nothing will happen overnight. But this is a key month. This is your cocoon month. You can do anything in that cocoon. It's about then holding it in your hand and saying, right, early March, first week, second week in March, let's hit the ground running. You know, my advertising's gone out, you know, my cards have gone out, my business has gone out. It's literally, you will see the rewards 14th, 16th or thereabouts of March. Those sales will start to come in. It's how you deliver it. Authority, you're in charge. These cards are telling you to be confident, in charge of what you do. Dream big. I can't say that enough for this year. Dream big. This is a card that says financially you're going to be in a far better place than you've ever been before. Venus in Capricorn, yeah, the whole world might have a different structure around its finances, governments and things like that. People are going to feel more confident. It's about stepping up. It's about any key talks, Mercury, any talks that you have with a partner or business partner, telling them what you want, being confident enough to say what you want. Put your cards on the table. This is your life. It's important. Pay attention to signs with the lizard in the third week. So that third week hits the North Node of Destiny. When she changes from Scorpio, things hidden, I kind of think things will come to the surface. I hope that it's good news, but it may not be what you want to hear, but you will know. So this is a case of pay attention to signs, what you hear, what you see, Facebook related conversations. This is about that North Node going into Libra for a reason, to bring balance, to bring harmony in key relationships. The North Node of Destiny is a destiny window that says this is where you need to be going to next. This is where you can go next. It's going to show you that you've got the abundance and the finances to take that forwards. The way the Cosmo works is, astrology is layer by layer, and that's how your life is going to play this year. You can't have it all today or tomorrow. I wish that you could, for those out there that have struggled around looking for jobs or work. January, February have been prime time to, as long as you're proactive in it, they are prime times to help you succeed, to get what you want. Especially with these super new moons, they're very intense. The planets are wanting you to succeed. listen to that inner voice this month with Pisces. Dream big, pick up on things. You know, it's very much a time when you are going to heal anything from the past, but also create a new future for yourself. So I hope you've enjoyed the monthly, well, it's a weekly video, but I have gone over really what would be aligned within the month and the month aspects. So this is about just taking things one step at a time. We are on the 2nd, and I am a little bit late again, health wise, and having a lot on. I've got to pace myself a little bit at the moment, but this is about, you know, look for ways to move yourself forwards this month. It is about new territories, new places, new people, new situations, and it's about opening up opportunities to reinvent yourself. Your mind's going to take over in such a way that I kind of think you will be looking at your own behaviour and reviewing it this month. But it's transforming yourselves from those cocoons. Nothing is going to jump out till March. Wishing you all a wonderful month. Until next week's video, take care, and wishing you all luck upon your journey within the month of February. Bye bye.